Hi team, welcome to your Abs, Guns, and Guns. This is volume 2, so we're taking it even further. We're going to build on some of the concepts that we've been working on with our ABG. And as always, you're going to need a pair of dumbbells and some ankle weights. No equipment, not a problem, you can go without. However, I'm going to use ankle weights and wear them throughout the whole class. We do not have double ankle weight section in this class, so we're just going to do our core work, our leg series, our arms, and our legs, and call it a day. So hopefully a little bit shorter class today. And then I have 2 light pairs of dumbbells. So I've got like 3 pounds and 5 pounds because we're going to go for high rep and it's going to be very shoulder heavy. So you're welcome to grab maybe something a little bit heavier for when we get into the triceps. Really just work with it, what you have. And if you don't have a plethora of weights, create more tension in the body, maybe grab a resistance band and make it work for you. So we're gonna get started. I'm gonna place my ankle weights on. They can go on the whole time. If you wanna wait until after the warm up, the core section, you can always put them on before we go into our leg series. And our theme for today is about being open. So whatever that means to you, maybe that's being open in your mind to different movement styles when you step onto your mat, being open to trying new things, stepping outside of your comfort zone, being open to challenge, being open to change and to growth. So there's so many different ways that you can take that, and I want you to implement it throughout the next 45 to 50, hopefully, minutes, and that we're not going over time today. So we're gonna get started down on our back. Ankle weights are on. Feet are gonna be flat, hip width distance apart, slightly forward of the knees. We set up for our spinal articulation, just to warm up the spine and the core. Arms are down by your sides. Take an inhale to prepare. As you exhale, you're gonna tilt your pelvis, hip points towards the sternum, and then slowly peel the hips up off the floor. You make a straight line at the top in your bridge, knees, hips to shoulders. Inhale, breath. Exhale as you roll down, upper back, mid back, lower back. The hips touch, they come just back to neutral spine. Inhale. Exhale, engage the core. So we're looking for the abdominals to control and move the spine one piece, one vertebra at a time. So we're looking to really articulate, mobilize, and roll through. Squeezing through the inner thighs so that the knees aren't flaring out. Last one. Exhale, roll up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll down. And just to prep the core, come back to your neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Hands to the tops of the thighs. Roll the shoulders down the back. Inhale. As you exhale, peel the head and shoulders off the mat. And little pulses at the top. So we're going to be here about 30 seconds. But this is a really good space to check in. And maybe this move is your first time doing it. And you're like, okay, cool, I'm starting to feel it. Maybe you've done ab prep 1,000,001 times. If you have, find something new in this position, in this posture, and in this movement. So whether that means really focusing on the length and the imprint of the low back into the mat, on pulling the abs in and up underneath the ribs, of connecting the shoulders and the lats into the back body, into the back core, reaching the fingertips towards the knees, slight tuck of the chin towards the chest. You're looking forward through the legs, keeping high and tight and small with these pulses for 5, 4. So you can find something new every single time you do it. 3, 2, last one, up and hold. Inhale, look to the right. Exhale as you look to the left. We're just testing to see if there's any tension in the head, neck, and shoulders. Last one, inhale, come back to center, lift a little bit higher. Exhale as you roll back down. Hands come back by your sides or elbows pin in towards the mat, 45 degrees. Hips come into your bridge. You're gonna march. Right leg extends, left leg extends. So we wanna make sure that as the legs are moving, we maintain this core and pelvic stability. That's really the purpose of this exercise. And we are activating the hamstrings and the glutes as we extend. Now the toes are not going to the ceiling because I want to challenge the angle of the leg, keeping the knees right next to each other and working on sending the toes forward. Make sure the chest is not puffing out, but you drop the sternum and keep the length through the back body. If you want to make this more challenging, you're going to reach both arms up towards the ceiling, and that is going to work the balance even more, the stability. Shoulder blades pressing down into the mat. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one, lower the feet, lower both hips. Legs are gonna float to tabletop. You're gonna leave your knees open about hip width. We've done this one before, both arms up to the ceiling, inhale. As you exhale, it's your oblique twist. You're gonna curl, frame your left thigh. Inhale as you lower. Exhale, come up and over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale as you lift. So I'm creating some tension, imaginary tension, but I'm trying to press down strong with the arms so that they're not loose and just kind of along for the ride. I'm connecting the front core with the back core and now the side core by that small lean and squeeze, hip to rib connection into the side body obliques. If you want to make this more challenging, make sure the hips stay anchored and send your toes up towards the ceiling. You can even extend the legs out on a slight diagonal. Just make sure it's not gripping into the hip flexors. We're here for 5. You're gonna come up and hold 4, 3, 2, come up and over to the right. Little pulses, maybe extend the legs a little bit lower. Head and shoulders stay lifted. Exhale, breathing, here for 10, 9, 8. Keep reaching the fingertips forward. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and hold over to the left. Little pulses here. Keep the tension, keep the fire building through the abdominals, through the core for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Maybe the lower legs a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Right foot's gonna stay on the floor for this one. Left leg crosses over, ankle over thigh. Flex your left toes. Elbows down or palms to the mat. Hips are gonna go down and up. So you can leave your head on the floor, but I want you to make sure that you're not arching your back and leading with your hips and letting this big space happen underneath your lumbar spine. You're gonna keep the length of the spine and the whole torso moves in one piece down and up. Now the reason we're taking away stability of the left leg pressing down, but I still want you to activate and squeeze into both glutes. So the left side glute has to stay lifted and engaged. The pelvis is gonna wanna dip and drop. You're gonna have to stabilize through the pelvis and the core. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Big drive, right heel down. 4, 3, 2, last one, up and hold. Let the head drop. You're gonna open the leg out to the side, pull it back in. Upper leg doesn't move, just the lower leg. So from the knee, thigh, and hip, trying to hold still in that position. Keep the hips lifted and just extend the shin. Tap the toe. 5, 4, we're not here long. 3, you're gonna feel this in your left side obliques. 2, last one, extend the leg, hold. Option just to hold or dips down and up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep the leg extended to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hips, cross the left leg back. Reset your figure 4. Right toes go up to the ceiling, leg is long. Hands behind the head, inhale. Exhale, head and shoulders peel off. Lock in your C curve. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, brush to lift. So if this is really heavy with the ankle weights, you're gonna modify the movement by keeping this more shallow. So I'm just gonna go a little bit forward and then pull it back. And I'm only going as long as I'm in control of the movement and the back is not coming up off the floor. You got about 10 seconds left to go. Breathe in. Breathe out. Think about creating length. Toes, leg, reach forward, come up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Release both legs long. Arms are gonna go back. Legs are parallel, hip width. Inhale. As you exhale, leg comes to tabletop, head and shoulders lift off. Frame the thighs. So we're all about framing the leg and make sure we're not leaning from side to side, but we're looking for absolute length from fingers to toes through the body, and then exhale. It's almost like an accordion where we open together, we close together. So it's a little bit of timing with the core, with the breath, the arms, and the leg. You got about 10 seconds left to go. Not here long. Knee comes in line with the hip. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one, release. Bend your knees. Walk your feet back in close to you. This time, you're gonna take right ankle, place it on top of the left thigh. So you reset, left foot firm, elbows in. Head can be lifted, chin to chest, or leave it down, but I need you to lengthen your spine, slight scoop of the pelvis, and then the body comes down in one piece. So it's almost as if instead of your hips being the thing that's gonna touch the floor, you're gonna aim for your low back to be the thing that touches the floor, even though it won't be. That's what you wanna aim for in order to keep the spine in the right position and get the most out of your movement by driving down the left foot firm into the mat. Right glute is on, externally rotate through the hip, and then you're parallel to the left in 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, up and hold, point the toe, lock in the upper leg, right leg opens out to the side, tap to the center. Super, super challenging on your balance and on your core. Modification, you take the leg at a smaller angle, toes more to the ceiling, advance, it goes out more to the side. 5, 4, you know what's coming, 3, make sure your left leg is not opening, 2, last one, hold it there, hips down and up, lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Drop the hips, cross, right leg back on top of the left. This time left toes go up to the ceiling. Whew. Feel the length through the back of the left leg. Hands behind the head, inhale. Exhale, lift and curl. You're in your figure 4, and you're going for core. We're not here long. It's only about 30 seconds. Modification, make a diamond with your hands. Place it underneath your sacrum for more support, and it almost acts as like a brake to initiate for the core and not let the leg travel so low. Keeps the spine lengthened and pressing into the mat, so you got more stability there. Slow, controlled, 10 seconds. One more for core. We go to legs after it. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, release. This time, take your legs, extend them, but make them wide, so more of a starfish shape. If you go parallel, it's not gonna be as challenging. I purposely want your legs wide, about mat width distance. Arms are going back, inhale. This time as you exhale, you're trying to bring a straight leg in towards the midline. Head and shoulders lift off, reach forward, and then lower the leg. So you notice the leg is gonna have to sweep in slightly as it lifts. As it goes down, it also goes out to the side. The tendency is that your body's gonna want to try to rotate and use the obliques. This is not an oblique twist. So I'm not leaning, I'm trying to lift the upper body square into an ab curl just through the center, and the legs have to go from that wide position in towards the midline. 25 seconds. So we have a little bit longer on this one, but it's our last one that is core specific before we go into our legs. 15 seconds. Pace could be slow, does not need to be super fast. Modification, come back into the tabletop leg. Even though the legs are wide, you can still bend through the knee. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, hug both knees in, quick little squeeze, lengthen through the spine, then cross at your ankles. You're gonna take 3 rock and rolls, keeping the head off the floor. On your last one, roll all the way forward, take the legs back. So we're gonna set this up. Stabilizing. I need a firm base for the upper body right away. Left forearm down, elbow underneath the shoulder, right palm down, hand, wrist underneath, elbow and shoulder. Slight bend through the right side, opening the right knee, external rotation, coupe attitude, tap and lift. So I'm taking ankle to ankle, leaving the knee open to the side, tapping down, and then external rotation, squeeze the glute, lift the leg. Length through the spine, the upper body's firm. So I'm not letting it be loose and falling. I'm actively pushing the floor away. Keep moving. Just gonna turn so you get a different angle, different position. Make sure the right elbow is not flaring and rolling forward. You're gonna pull it back. So it's about 45 degrees. And again, this right knee is not pointing down to the floor at any point. The hips are open. Squeeze. And your right heel is gliding up and down in line with, behind your left hip. Now you have the option to stay here, or we're adding on in 4, 3, 2. You have 1 bent attitude and then 1 straight leg. Leg goes up to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. 1 attitude, 1 3-legged. Lift, tap, both legs go straight, and then control on the way down. So this is where the upper body has to be locked in, actively pushing away. So you're stable here, this is your base, and then it's easier to lift the left knee off the ground and lower it with control. You've got 30 seconds here. Keep the length through the spine. Try not to look back towards your legs. Look forward towards the top of your mat, top of your space. 15 seconds. Full length, really split the legs. And then the height of the leg is gonna be based off of your strength, your mobility, and your flexibility. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Just step your right leg back, step your left leg back, come into a high plank, shoulders stacked right on top of wrist, left arm only, forearm, palm, forearm, palm. Feet are wider because it makes it easier, more stability. Challenging is to have feet closer together. Just the forearm, just the palm. So you notice there's a moment, there's a little bit of hang time where you sit into that single hand plank just for a second. Forearm drop, back to the palm, and then engage your lats, the back core, back side of the body, push into the floor, lift back up, squeeze your core, squeeze your glutes. 10 seconds. 10 seconds, we're almost there. This one not that long, we don't need to go long. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop your left knee, step your right foot forward. Right foot forward. Left knee is back. Right hand to the inside of the right knee. You're gonna come into a Shiva squat. Left knee crosses behind the right. Step back. Modification, you can tap the knee back down to the floor every time. Advanced, you're stepping into your low dragon lunge, Shiva to lunge. Now in that curtsy, in that cross behind, you should be able to see the left knee outside of the right. So that is how much you're crossing. Really squeeze the legs together. If you do yoga, it's like eagle, where you're really looking for that wrap sensation. We're gonna add on in 5, 4, 3, 2. You have 1 Shiva, put your left knee down. Now circle the right leg back, kick it back, fully extend, and then big circle, step forward. Lunge, drop the knee, kick, step. You have left, left, right, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shiva for 1, drop the knee 2, kick back 3, step 4. The right hand can be free, so if you need it to touch the floor, put it down. If you can leave it on the hip or behind the head, and then once you have it, I want you to start to pick up the pace and really smooth out the edges between your movements so that they're not for specific pieces or pictures, but they're one movement that blends together. Breathing here. You got 15 seconds left to go. Right leg is working extra hard. Kick back, squeeze back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Finish with your right foot forward. Both hands are gonna drop. We're going back into our plank. Shoulders right on top of the wrist. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. Option 1, just step back, plank, and back into your dragon. Toes touch the floor, back to the dragon lunge. You're trying to open up the hips every time, sit the hips forward. Advanced. The right toes do not touch the floor. You kick back to your plank, and you step forward, and then the whole foot touches. Plank, step. You're going for the hover. As the leg wraps and extends back, think about the top of your head and your whole spine extending and pulling forward. 15 seconds. And you're here embracing, being open to the challenge, being open to the possibility of new movement, building strength and new positions. That's why we're here. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Just sneak the back leg forward. Left leg comes forward. Sit on your hips. Both feet flat, hip width. Hands forward, feet forward. We're lifting the hips. The leg goes knee, toe, toe. Yes, you bend to extend, bend to tap down. The hips lift. Fingertips are facing forward. Stay open through the chest. Keep the arms straight. So it's not a tricep dip. This is more about the hips and the leg. And you're generating power from the hips, from the pelvis, that transfers into the leg, being able to extend knee and then toes up to the ceiling. So a little bit of a développé. Once you have it, you can start to pick up pace. Tap and go. Tap, go, tap, lift. Hips barely touch the floor. Toes can touch. You can go foot flat or just tap the toe. Left side hamstring should be lit. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, 4, posture up. 3, 2, last one. Drop the hips, extend the legs. Keep the legs parallel. We're still working right leg only. Hands go behind your head. As you inhale, you lengthen. As you exhale, head and shoulders lift. You have a straight leg that brushes on top of the hip. Inhale as you lower, option to touch the floor. Exhale, we roll all the way up to a seat, leg to table. So I have one leg straight, just the head and shoulders lift. One leg bent, the whole torso rolls up. Exhale, inhale, length. Exhale to articulate. And again, it's that same coordination of the core, the upper body, and the leg. Advanced, the right leg never touches the floor, so it stays in a hover. You lift, you hover, you roll up, you come back to the hover. You got about 15 seconds left to go. Really work those deep abdominal muscles. So I want you to think about pulling in and up, almost like someone punched you in the gut. Not gonna feel good, but that's how much I want you to think. Zip it up, pull it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Finish all the way up to the top. We're still working the right leg. Now you're gonna take fingertips pointing out to the side. We're gonna alternate this time. Hips are lifted and your hips are equally distant between your heels and your hands. You're gonna take opposite elbow to opposite knee. But we're not just lifting. I want you to actually make contact and squeeze in towards the midline. So it's easy to just like transfer, nothing taps. I want you to squeeze. And the more that you can focus on the squeeze, the more you're gonna feel it through your core, because you have to touch, you have to make contact, and you're coming more in towards the midline. So you are essentially marching your legs in a tabletop, just like we did in the very beginning. So we already prepped for it. The body is primed and ready to go. Less than 30 seconds. You've got one more for your leg series. And I tell you, the break is coming. And that's in the form of arms, though. Not a real break. It's an arm break. Last 10, 9, 8, 7. Stay open through the chest. So easy to let those shoulders roll forward. Posture it up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, up and hold. Turn your fingertips forward. Right leg crosses on top of the left. Almost like that eagle shape, eagle position. And we extend open to the side, exactly like we did in our bridge, in our figure 4 bridge. Cross and extend. Notice the hips, that the right hip doesn't dip. Boom, and kick the left hip out. Make sure your left knee is not rolling out. Keep the left side of your body stable. You're gonna feel this through the inner thighs, and you're just trying to work the right side. So we stabilize on one side while the other side moves. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold. Tap and open. Tap and open. Just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep the hips up. 3, they're in the hover. 2, last one, keep the leg where it is. Now the arms bend, tricep dips. Just down and up. 15 seconds only. Keep the leg up, extend it to the side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Whew. Shake it out. You're gonna grab one medium dumbbell to start. So not your light set. If you can, you're gonna go medium to heavy. We're going into our arms. So you're on your back. Single arm tricep. Right arm goes up to the ceiling. Stack the hand right on top of the shoulder. If you want help stabilizing, left hand to the right bicep. Upper part of the arm doesn't move. Elbow stack on top of shoulder. One tricep extension, and then cross body. So you have neutral, cross, neutral, cross. You're bringing the dumbbell down to the side of the head, the side of the face, and squeezing the back of the arm, the tricep, to lift it back up. If anything, you can pull the elbow further back, and you're gonna get a deeper stretch through the tricep. So it's gonna work a little bit harder. Keep the spine neutral. We're not arching through the back, but we don't need to tuck the hips under. Just keep everything flat, everything neutral. We're trying to isolate, even though it's almost impossible, but we're trying to isolate the triceps as much as possible. For 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Keep the arm up. You're gonna open your right arm out to the side. Tiny bend in your elbow. Keep it out to the side. Inhale. As you exhale, you're rolling all the way up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, articulate through the spine. So what's gonna happen is that you're gonna try to reach your arm forward for momentum. I want you to leave the arm to the side. And what that's doing is it's trying to pull your body to the right off of the tracks. So I want you to imagine your spine, your hips, like 2 railroad tracks, and I want you to roll down as even as you can on both sides, but leaving your right arm extended out to the side. You got about 10 seconds left to go. Bite in through the core, pull, exhale. Modification, you just roll up to a challenging position and roll back down. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Switch it at the top. Left hand takes it, stack it, right hand, bicep, shoulders packed. 1 neutral, 1 cross. So as much as possible, we're not letting this elbow just go wonky crazy. You wanna lock it in. You don't need the hand there, so I could do it without, but I like the hand just for guidance that kind of says, okay, I need you to lock and stay in this position. 1 neutral, 1 cross. And so the triceps, tri means 3, and so different angles is why we work, because we want to hit all different muscles, different positions, and build strength in each of them. So we don't want to just go one direction all the time. We want to keep the body, the fascia healthy, the connective tissue, and give it the ability to move and stretch in any and all directions. 3, 2, 1. From here, opening the left arm now out to the side. Tiny, tiny bend in the elbow. It's almost like your chest fly. Hold it there. Take a big inhale to prepare. Exhale, pull the abs in and up. Rolling up. And if you have like a yoga block that you want to place in between your knees, your thighs, to kind of help stabilize, I promise that's going to help even more this pelvic floor engagement. Inhale, exhale. If rolling up is still too challenging, maybe try just a half roll back, right? So you can kind of work in the upper range. You can also train it and work in the lower range by just coming up to a challenging position, a little squeeze, little hold, and roll back down. Last 10 seconds, last 10 seconds. Let's do it, let's go. We go pure into the upper body after this. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Finish at the top. If you have one super heavy weight, you're gonna grab that. Otherwise, you grab 2 dumbbells. If you have one heavy weight, you're gonna go in a crush grip, side to side. You're going from your chest, pressing forward, extending the arms and rotating right over left and left over right. So this is gonna fatigue the shoulders. If you only wanna work with your 2 heavy weights, keep the legs bent or straight, you're gonna go alternate and just turn the palm down. So you go right and left. If you're going super, super light, you can double time it, just right to left, little jab, cross. Sitting up nice and tall. If it's challenging to sit in this position and you notice your hips are like this and it's pulling your spine into a round shape, I just want you to change the position and maybe come up into your kneeling position. Keep the core tight, squeeze the glutes. I'm gonna move back onto my hips. Maybe both arms, extend, pull, pull. So I'm not throwing the weight and letting the energy kind of keep going. I'm stopping it and pulling it back in. So I'm reining that energy out and I'm in control the whole time for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're gonna pull the arms wide. One press, pull in, and we work chest, triceps, and still the shoulder. So you have one wide shoulder press, one narrow press. Wide for one, narrow for one. So I'm moving the arms, shoulder height. I'm not letting them dip and drop all the way down to the belly. So it's gonna be more challenging for your shoulders, for your core, because you can't release it at all. Weight does not necessarily matter. As long as you're creating tension, and if it feels heavy, if it feels challenging to you, your body doesn't really know the difference. It's not going, oh wait, this isn't 5 pounds or this isn't 10 pounds. If you can create enough purposeful tension, you'll still get the results, you'll still get the benefits. For 3, 2, last one. From here, you're gonna bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Keep the weights with you. Take an inhale, sit tall. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, scoop, hollow, roll back. You're in your halfway, half roll back, bicep curl. So on purpose, this is gonna get biceps, but also shoulders. Normally when we work biceps, and if your shoulders are fatiguing, bring it a little bit lower, let them hover, and just work by pulling the lower arm so the upper arm can stay still. Otherwise, if you wanna work both, you wanna make it more challenging on your core, arms are up. 10 seconds only here. We've got one more for the arms, I promise you, I promise. Then we're back to legs. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, curl it in, connect the weights, little pulse, lift, lift. Trying to squeeze, forearms, elbows together. Breathe. Roll back, lean back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Ooh. Get rid of your dumbbells. Out the way, we are done with that. Let's roll forward. We're gonna take it back into legs. So now we're gonna work everything on the left side. You know what to expect. So you have the openness already if you've gone through it. Keep that open mind, keep the exploration open to see where you can take it, how you can create challenge, how you can create change and create growth for yourself every step of the way. Find something new in every position. Find something new every rep. Right forearm down, left palm down. Right knee on the floor, open, external rotation. Here we go. Attitude, coupe, tap, lift. So I'm keeping the back leg bent. It's not too open, but it's also not heel to bum. So it's nice, equally distant, I would say. And then the heels can just tap easily. So I'm not bringing the lower part of the leg in and out. I'm holding the shape, sliding down and up, keeping the core tight. Pull this left elbow in, pack it into back body, into the lats. Now you have the option to stay here, or we're adding on in 5, 4, 3, 2. So you have one attitude lift, brace through the upper body, push into the floor, one 3-legged dog, split both legs. And again, if the weight is already forward, on the upper body and the upper body's ready and stable, then you don't need to feel like, okay, I have to reset every time. This should be super easy to just lift. The core is on. Everything's ready to go. And all you have to do is push through the ball of the foot, push through the left knee up to the ceiling, split the legs. You got about 20 seconds left to go. So you have legs are bent, legs are straight. You can always stay in the attitude and not take the three-legged. You're just working within your range. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. From here, just step your left leg back, step your right leg back. You know what's coming. Come into your high plank. Stack the shoulders right on top of the wrist. Right forearm only. Touch the floor. Back up. Forearm, palm. Your left elbow is going to have to bend, but again, don't let it roll forward, and release the back body and release the core. Bends about 45 degrees. Push firm. The left hand into the floor. Hips are gonna have to move slightly because you're shifting the weight, but it shouldn't be a big rock. So maybe just check in and see how much you can quiet those hips, scoop the pelvis. 20 seconds. Forearm, palm, almost there. And we'll get out of this plank. We'll come off of these shoulders that are dying right now. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Drop your right knee. Step your left foot forward. Left foot is outside. Left hand, we go into the Shiva. Modification, tap the right knee down every single time. But I want you to keep your hips low. The tendency for this position is we like to shy away from fatiguing the legs, and then to take pressure off of the quads, we tend to go like this with the hips. I don't want the bums up in the air. I want you to stay low. Your left knee is going to stay stacked right on top of the ankle, and the more that you can leave it back is better. So if you go forward, it's not necessarily wrong, but you'll get more hamstring activation if you leave the knee back and not let it travel forward over the toes. We're going to add on in 5. The kickback is coming in 3, 2. You have 1 Shiva. Now drop your right knee. Extend your left leg. So right away, look, I have to pick it up. I'm going external rotation, keeping the external rotation to fully extend and kick back. Now I try to keep the external rotation and then draw the shin parallel. Heel comes down. 1 Shiva, knee drop, kick back, step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, right, left, left. So this is if we're doing it slow, piece by piece. Once you have it down, that's where the learning, the change, and the growth, and where you have to be open to it, comes in, because now we can start to smooth it out. So you have to have a little bit of faith and trust in yourself that your body can learn new patterns, right? We talked before about that growth mindset and having the ability to learn anything at any age, at any time of your life, and being able to excel. Breathing here, less than 15 seconds. Woo! Left arm is free. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, finish with your left foot forward. Both hands are down. I know it's gonna be tough. Back into the plank, shoulders stacked. Right toes, tuck, knee lift. Option 1, just step to your plank and step forward. So we are really working the core here, and you might have to hollow the body slightly in order to make space for the leg. You might have to help your leg step all the way through. Advance though, the toes stay off the floor. You think about spiraling the leg, send it back, and extend the crown of the head forward. So if I didn't do that, it would look like this, right? So the leg is working, but the core and the spine are not finding full expression. So I have to send it forward, looking for opposition, reaching away from the toes. You got 20 seconds left to go. Woo, we're almost there. Team, I got you. I got you. 15 seconds. 15. We got it. We got it. Hamstrings are freaking lit up right now. Posterior chain work. So good. Last 5. 4. Stay in it. Fight to the finish. 3, 2. Last 1. Left foot forward. Right knee slides forward. Hands back. Fingertips face forward towards the hips. Feet flat. Open through the chest. Hips equidistant. Lift, tap, lift, tap. So we're here. I'm going to start you slow. You lift the hips, the knee comes up. You extend the shin, the toes go to the ceiling. Bend the knee, tap the toe, hips lower. So it moves in pieces until you can, again, smooth out the edges and really finesse your movement. So it's not just about getting a great workout, getting a sweat, getting the heart rate up, burning calories. Can you create better movement for yourself? Can you challenge your range of motion? Can you move the body through all of its available ranges to really test those limits and build strength, stability everywhere? And then once you have it, maybe double time. And then the right hamstring, because you're pushing down through the right foot, is starting to fatigue. Like real good. You got 20 seconds left to go. Stay open and proud through the chest. Working the posture, 15 seconds. Stay open to it. Open in the body, open in the bind. And see where your body can take you, where the physicality is, how the mind leads you. 3, 2, 1. Oh, hamstrings. Extend both legs. Oh my gosh. On your back, guys. On your back. From here, left leg still is gonna work only. Hands behind the head, inhale. As you exhale, you got a straight leg. You come back down, maybe the leg touches, and then you roll up tabletop. If you need the use of hands, come up and grab the knee, right? So you've got some options to make this a little bit easier or maybe more accessible. Advanced, the leg stays in the hover. Whew. Exhale, inhale, length. Exhale, come up. You're more than halfway done. You got less than 30 seconds. And again, if it feels heavy, if it starts to go too much into the hip flexor, reset, and then bring it back into the abdominals, into the core, into your center. 15 seconds. One side might be more challenging. We're also more fatigued than we were when we did this on the first side. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish seated. Finish seated. Here we go. Fingertips out to the side. Open chest. We go for balance. Option to modify. Keep the march. Keep the elbow in. Advance, full extension of arm and leg. Hand is going to tap opposite foot. So now there is a little bit of a lift and dip of the hips. The arms are staying straight. And I'm locking the arms because if I happen to have a bend in the elbow, there's a chance somewhere that line of energy is going to break and I lose form, I lose focus. Stay strong, stay breathing. Pace, I always leave up to you. So if you need to slow it down, you need to modify, do it. If you can, start to challenge the tempo, the pace, why not? Be open to it. See where you can take it today. Find something new, something that challenges you that you don't normally do. Last 10. You got one more. We coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Keep it lifted. Fingertips forward. Open chest. Left. Eagle the leg on top of the right. Open and cross. When you open the left leg, the right knee is literally going to try to fight you. Like you're going to get in a fight with your right knee because it's going to want to go, boom, out to the side to counterbalance the left leg. Don't let it, unless you absolutely have to. If you're like, my leg just literally won't go unless I do it. But I want you to try to stabilize the right side of your body so that it stays still and only your left leg. That's the only thing that should be moving because you've locked everything else in. For 5. We're almost there. 4. You know what's coming. 3, 2. Last one. Open. Close. Tap and go. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Leg out to the side. Elbows bend down and up. 10 seconds. 10 seconds only. Stay with it. I need to see the elbows bend to the wall behind you. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, release. Shake it out. Roll out your wrist just for a second. Just for a second. We have 2, not 1, but 2 bonus moves just to even us out. Since we don't have double ankle weights, we got to go for a little bit of core, planking, and we need to even out the body. So I don't like to finish things on one side. So I like to finish unilateral, where both sides get to work evenly. So we're going to come into all fours, into our beast position. Shoulders are stacked right on top of wrists, knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes, you're going to hover your knees. Pivot on the back feet, you're going to drop your right hip, lift your left hand. Come back to your beast hover. Now pike your hips up, engage your core. Right leg, 3-legged dog, but it's a super narrow, so it's not a traditional 3-legged down dog. Then pivot to your left, drop your hip, lift your right hand, eyes stay down on the floor, pivot on the balls of the feet, and then the left leg is gonna kick up and back. So I'm going pivot, center, kick, center. Pivot, center, kick, center. Upper body, stay strong. Your knees, 1 to 2 inches off the floor. The tendency for these is for this weird thing to happen. Don't bring your arms or your knees closer to your arms, and don't bring your knees that high off the floor. So you're aiming to keep it in the hover, and the reason for that is you're gonna get more core engagement, more glute engagement, and you leave the spine in a neutral position rather than rounding. You only have 20 seconds left to go. Focus, be open to the new movement, to the new exploration. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, time. Drop your knees. Walk your knees back. Lower all the way to your belly. Hands underneath the shoulders. You're going to squeeze your elbows in and back. Almost like a push-up. Hand release push-up from the floor. You're going to go push for 1, knee pull on the right. Push for 1, knee pull on the left. Push for 1, straight leg lift on the right. Push for 1, straight leg lift on the left. So that was your demo. We're going to go into it. You've got 2 minutes to make this happen. From the belly in 3, 2. I'll do the modification. I'm going to push to the knees, then plank. Knees, belly. Knees, plank to pull. Knees, and then one piece with the spine to the belly. Knees, plank, lift, knees, chest, knees, plank, lift. Then, level 2, you can kind of smooth those two together. So I still push to the knees, but I move a little bit quicker in between the transition. So I'm smoothing the edges. And this is probably my favorite version. Final advanced version, you're gonna hand release every time. Push, knee pull. So it's much, much slower because the body has to move in one piece. Keep the toes tucked, keep the knees lifted, legs strong. Push with your back. Core tight. You have 45 seconds to go. Pick the version. I'm gonna go for the sprint. And then for the stretch, I'm gonna alternate between the two. 30 seconds. Last 15 seconds. You've got it. Finish it. Finish it. Open. Open it up. Last 8, 7. You are capable of anything you put your mind to. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Push it back, child's pose. Knees wide, toes touch. Let the hips back, sink back towards your heels. Reach the arms forward. Just breathe. Just breathe. Whew. That was tough. Tough, tough, tough. But being proud, right? So we take this time not to critique and not to tear ourselves down on what didn't happen, but instead to lift yourself up and be grateful for what did happen. So you look for the positive in every situation that just happened on your mat. Walk your hands to the right, kick your hips off to the left. Now you're breathing, length, deep breaths into the rib cage. You're going to feel this from the hips through the ribs all the way to the shoulder and the fingertips. Walk your hands over to the left, sink your hips off to the right. Create space back into the body where we compressed, where we closed. We want to do the opposite and open back up and counterpose, counteract all those movements. Hands back through center. Walk the hands back towards the knees. Just roll up through the spine. From here, you're going to take your hands back behind you, keeping the knees wide. Press the hips forward. Inhale. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Maybe you can start to let the head fall back and open more through the chest. You're going to get a deep stretch through the shoulders. Last one, just come up and hold. Breathing here. 3 big deep breaths. 2 more. Quieting the mind. Last one. Releasing the hips. Sit on either hip. You're going to take your ankle weights off. So best part of class right there. Ankle weights pop off. And you're going to come back onto all fours. Taking your left leg forward. Just toe heel the foot across. So you're creating the number 7 or L shape with the legs as much as you can. Maybe your shin is not parallel with the front of your mat and with your hip. That's fine. You have to work within your range of motion. And maybe over time it gets there. But we don't want to push where we're not capable or we're not ready to go. Squaring the hips, lift the chest. Big inhale. Maybe you press down, feel the stretch through the front of the left hip. As you exhale, you can stay lifted or come into sleeping pigeon, walking the forearms down or maybe lowering the forehead, extending the arms. Keeping length through the spine and even weight on both hips. So I like to imagine as I exhale like a spreading sensation and opening through the hips, releasing tension, tightness, fatigue, whether it's physical, whether it's mental, emotional, anything that's not serving you, that you brought with you onto your mat and you want to leave behind, now is your chance. Now is the time to leave it there and not take it with you when you step off your mat. So it can be a cleansing of sorts. Walk the hands back up. From here, just shift, switch. We're going to take the left foot forward, toe heel, foot comes across, sending the right leg back. You're in your half pigeon. And maybe one side feels nicer than the other, more open. Big inhale. Exhale, sink into it. A lot of times when we stretch, we're still holding tension. So I want you to try and relax your body. Use your breath, almost like waves just coming in, going out. Bringing the heart rate back down. Bringing the entire body, the nervous system back into a state of rest. Parasympathetic system back locked in. We don't need the other one on. We don't need cortisol. We don't need stress hormones anymore because we've done the work. Now we reap the benefits. Walk your hands back up. From here, just sit on the left hip. Swing the right leg out in front. Extend both legs. You're going to walk the hips out. Big inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, you're going to flat back and reach for the toes. If the hamstrings are tight, and if they're not normally tight, they might be because we did a lot of hamstring work, just put a soft bend in the knees, grab for the toes, Keep the spine straight. So there has to be a tilt of this pelvis, right? So my pelvis is tilting forward. The tailbone is lifting. That keeps the length, and then I can walk the heels forward. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe bend a little bit deeper. Sink into it. Final one. Inhale. Deepest exhale. Let the head drop. Roll the chin towards the chest, and then articulate back up through the spine, one piece at a time. Sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna take our final breath, as we always do, as group, as vibe, tribe, as community. Exhale, empty out to begin. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up overhead. Gathering that energy, palms press at the top. As you exhale, draw it down to heart center, bow the head, close the eyes. We always take a moment. It's so important to honor your body, honor your practice, your breath, your life, and just acknowledging and noticing your experience and what happened for you. And if you were able to stay open through every part of this, or if you had moments of doubt where you felt like, no, I can't do that, or it doesn't look the same. And that's not the goal, is to look the same. The goal is your expression, your exploration of your movement, and where that takes you, what journey that takes you on, and what you learn in the process. So be open to the process, be open to new things, be open to changing and moving your body in different ways, and the mind the same. More opportunities come, the more open you are and able to accept them. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next time. Namaste.